It's Monday morning, time for Be Still. We're going to talk about junior golf today. Junior golf is starting to really get into full swing. I know at my club, we've just had, last week, we had a 2-day 36-hole junior event, and then we had an 18-hole junior event yesterday on Sunday. In total, let's see, we had about 80, a little over 80 kids yesterday and had 60 junior golfers playing the previous week. So almost 150 golfers, junior golfers, coming through our facility over the past couple of weekends. And that's going to continue because, like I said, junior golf is starting to get into full swing. And so I want to talk a little bit about junior golf and just some of the things that I see as a coach who's coached a lot of juniors over the years, things that I experienced myself as a kid, as a junior, and that maybe some things that we can learn from, but more importantly, some things that will encourage our kids or our junior golfers or our little athletes to help them get on the right path within their journey of golf or sports or whatever it may be. Because if there's any parents watching this, and maybe you're one of them, and maybe I offend some here, there's some crazy wackos out there in how they treat their kids and some of the things that they do. And that's coming from someone who, my dad was, he demanded a lot of us, and I'm grateful for that. I'm built I'm built differently than most people in the sense that I can take criticism pretty well. I can take harsh criticism pretty well, and I use it to fuel my fire, or I will take that and I'll actually listen to it, and try, because I feel like it's going to make me better, especially if it's coming from a good resource. And my dad was such a great athlete. I really wanted to take in everything that he said, because I knew it was going to make me better. And sometimes it was difficult, but I knew it was going to make me better. And I'm so grateful for him. He's my favorite coach I've ever had in my entire life. And despite how difficult or how hard he might have been on us, and the demands that he had for us, whether it's sports or school or just overall living our life, I know that it was positive for me. And my dad myself and my dad, we've got to experience a ton of great things. He caddied for me pretty much anytime he could whenever I was a junior, which you don't see a ton of that in junior golf. They don't even allow it a lot of times, but he would caddy for me. He always caddied for me in college and whenever I played professionally. And he hadn't caddied for me in many years, and that's a goal of mine, that one day we'll be able to go back out and do that maybe one more time, because I love spending time with my dad on the golf course, and I love having him there. He does a really good job, and so anyway, to go back to what we were going to discuss here, junior golf. When I'm at junior golf tournaments, I see some kids who are kind of doing their own thing, and their parents are there somewhere, but their kids are doing their warm up or whatever, and their parents might be somewhere close by. They might even be watching them, but they're letting the kid be a kid, and they're letting the kids hit balls and warm up and things like that. They might be helping them along the way, but that's about the extent of it. I see others there where the parents, and I'll be real with you, it's normally the dads, which I think is why this scripture is so important. But they are hovering over their kids. They might be carrying their kids' clubs or pushing their push carts, or they're just hovering over them, every little thing that they do. Constantly on them about this or that, or do this or do that or whatever. A lot of times it creates conflict on the golf course. There's times where rules officials are having to talk to those type of parents. And then you have the parents who are just super combative, getting in arguments with their kids out on the golf course, a lot of frustration. They're the kind where the kid's looking over to the sideline or looking off to the, next to the green after they miss a putt, and the dads or whatever over there shaking their heads, or, have a mean looking face on or whatever. And the kids, they feel that energy and that disappointment. And a lot of parents are like, I'm not disappointed. I just hate that you missed that putt or whatever. But it doesn't look like that to that child. It's very difficult for them. And then that just pulls them down even more. And psychologically, it has a huge impact, a huge negative impact on that child. The kids, they'll play the round of golf, and a lot of times the parents want to talk about the round afterwards and things like that. And I understand that. I like to kind of go through a round after I finish it up. But, sometimes the kid, golf is mentally exhausting, and a junior golfer needs time just to get away from it for a little bit. And then they can go back through and you can have that conversation later about things that they can learn. But in that time, they're so mentally exhausted, they don't have time to really think or consider anything else. And so junior golf, again, in full swing, a lot going on with these kids, a lot going on mentally, physically with these kids that makes their emotions just crazy. And then if you get some crazy parents out there who thinks that their 8-year-old or 12-year-old or 13-year-old is going to be the next Tiger Woods or the next Scotty Scheffler or Nelly Korda, whoever, it's not going to go well. I'll give you an example, and I'm not going to pick on this person because I don't even know their name, but I had some coaches, high school coaches, come to me the other day and said, hey, we really want you to work with this kid. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. They use the word it in quotation marks. You can put quotation marks around that. And I'm like, well, what's the deal with this kid? And they said, well, he's in 6th grade. Okay. Well, he's already like 11 or 12 years old. So he doesn't have it. There's only a few, all these players who are on the PGA Tour, I'm sure people said that they had it too. Maybe not that age, but I'm sure people said that they had it or whatever. Well, they're like a 0.01% of the world's population who play golf who had it. And I'm not going to discount what the talent, the natural ability that this kid has. But let me just tell you something. There is no child who is probably under the age of 15 or 16 who has anything. They could be a superstar at 13 and then not even play golf after they finish high school. And I've witnessed this. I played junior golf against kids who I thought were unbelievable, who were winning everything, and end up going to college at the same college they went to, and they never even touched a golf club. But they were world beaters at 13, 14, 15. They were winning everything at the state level or whatever, and didn't even play golf later on. What happened there? Well, I think parents probably have a lot to do with that. I think expectations have a lot to do with that. Living up to expectations of yourself, of your successes, your past successes, of your parents, of your dads, or whatever it may be. And it's just so mentally overbearing that these kids just kind of flake off after a period of time. So if you have a young junior who's, before 15, 16, or because 16, 17, 18 years old, that's where you're trying to get college golf scholarship and things like that. You need to perform at that level. But prior to that, you need to go out and have a good time. Get some golf instruction that's going to send you down a good path. But you need to just be going out and having a really, really good time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the opportunities to play golf with your friends and to have some independence. How many things can you do as a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old or early teenager where you can kind of go out and do it by yourself? Golf's one of those few sports where you can do that and that they allow you to do that. So great independence there, but have fun with it. And if you're having fun with that, then you'll want to practice more, and you'll want to do those things on your own without a parent standing around like, hey, did you get your practice in today? Did you hit your 100 putts today? Did you hit your 25 drives today? You don't need to be standing over them telling them to go practice. They need to willingly do it. My parents never told me a day, not a single time they ever said, hey, you need to go out and practice this, whether it was baseball, basketball, golf, whatever. I wanted to do that because I wanted to be better. And if you're having to tell your kids to go out and practice and play, you better back off quickly because it's not gonna run well. But how can we relate this to Scripture? Because it's scriptural. There's Scripture that backs the things that I'm talking about here. And you can turn to Ephesians chapter 6. And it's right there at the very start, chapter 6. Children and parents. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy a long life on the earth. Okay, so parents obey, or children obey your parents. Listen to them. Do your best to obey them, and it'll go well for you. Here's the next part, and it drives me nuts because it's fathers. It's saying fathers, not mothers, fathers. Fathers, do not anger your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Colossians also has a similar verse where it kind of copies two of those there. Fathers, do not anger your children. Do not hound them. Let the love and passion that they have for something, let them do that on their own accord. Let them have fun doing the things that they want to do. Now, when they get to be 16, 17, or 18, they're able to make a little bit more rationalized decisions, and they say, hey, this is what I want to do, then you can hold them honest to that decision and say, okay, you told me you wanted to do this. Now let's see it. I'm not seeing the work and the effort and everything else put into it. It's time that I see that. You can hold them accountable at that age. But prior to that, just let them have a good time. If you can give them some instruction to get them going in the right direction, that's great. But let them have fun. Do not, parents, like the fathers, do not anger your children. Do not suck the fun out of the sports that they're playing because you think they're going to be the next Tiger Woods or the next Scotty Scheffler or the next Nelly Korda or the next whatever big name player. At 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, they're not going to be. Even if they're good, that doesn't mean they're going to be on the PGA Tour one day or the LPGA Tour. It means nothing. There's no correlation there whatsoever. Wait until they're a teenager. Wait until they're having success and winning in college. And they're never going to get there if you suck the fun out of the sports for them. They're never going to get there if they're not willingly wanting to go out to the golf course or wanting to go to the basketball court and shoot hoops on their own or hit shots or practice on their own. If you're having to force them down that path, if you're having to force them into taking golf lessons or whatever, it's never going to work. And the last thing I'll tell you, I've also had kids come to me and say, hey, I want to play college golf one day. And they're 13, 14 years old. Number one, I can tell whether or not you really want to or not. And it precedes you coming and having that conversation with me about instruction. I would see you at the golf course every day. I'd see you there every single day working hard on your golf game. And if you are, then I want to help you. But if I've never seen you before and you come out like, yeah, I want to play golf in college one day, and you don't practice, you've never practiced, I've never seen you ever practice any, at least at the course that I'm at or anywhere else, nobody knows who you are or whatever, it ain't happening. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's just probably not going to happen. Learn to have fun first. Let that fun fuel your passion, your desire, and ambitions to practice and play and so on and so forth. And then as your talents improve and increase, then you can start testing it with tournament golf and other things. And if you succeed there, then we can start having conversations about, I want to play college golf. What does that look like? So hopefully this is eye-opening, not only scripturally, because it is scripture that backs this, but also just from parents trying to navigate this world of athletics with their kids, let them have fun. And then as they get older, then you can start looking into making this a very, a deeper dive into performance with your kids. But when they're teenagers and before that, just let them have a good time. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy it with them. And don't hound them, because it says right here, do not anger your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Allow them to have a good time. If you allow them to have a good time, everybody can enjoy it. The family can go home happy, and you're going to be building great memories, just like I did with my dad. You're going to be building some great memories along the way. So anyway, you'll have a great week. Study up on this Ephesians chapter 6. Good stuff in there. And look forward to seeing you again on the next Be Still.